Hello and welcome back to the GorillaBiker, and today we're in Williamsburg because we came down here. Rafay, who is behind me on his new V-Strom, and Toaster is literally behind me on my V-Strom. And yeah, we came back here because they'd never been. So Williamsburg is pretty. It's a little bit busy today, I'll be honest. But we did the Colonial Williamsburg bit yesterday, and today we're just going out to Jamestown and then heading back home. But yeah, Williamsburg is very busy. I think there's like something called a homecoming that Americans do, and yeah. So the Colonial Parkway, Percy being here now. Percy was here with us yesterday. We didn't make any videos. We were just enjoying some time together. You know, I haven't seen him in ages. He's a great guy. Go give him a subscribe. And yeah, that's one of the older buildings here. It's really cool place. Williamsburg, very worthwhile giving it a visit if you've never been. Probably not like a trip I would say do if you want to ride really nice roads and stuff, because I mean that's not what it's for, right? It's just it's a college town. There's nice food here. There's nice coffee here, and obviously you have the Colonial Williamsburg area. We did a ghost tour last night as well with our guide. His name was Rick, really nice guy. Made it interesting. Didn't see any ghosts, but you know, walked us around the old buildings, told us some stories. Super friendly man. Really actually enjoyed being led around by him. So you know, again, there's lots of cool things to do in these places, and a lot of these people do obviously rely on tourists for their income. So, and then you know, it's terrible for me because I think sometimes what happens is people don't go to these things, and then they're like, oh, this doesn't happen anymore, and it's really sad because it's fun. And it's like, well, maybe we should have utilized, you know, those things more before they were gone. And it's one of the better things about, I suppose, being on YouTube, because if this was my income, I would have had to stop doing it a long time ago. And I'm sure there's some people out there who would have been, you know, upset by that. They're like, oh no, we lost resource XYZ. So you know, you gotta appreciate people when they're kind of active doing the thing, and support them, I suppose. You know, like ghost tours and whatnot, because I think it's important. It's a cool part of somewhere like this, that you have something like that available. So yeah, Colonial Williamsburg, by the way, it's you know, kind of a preserved piece of the past, part of Williamsburg town. Really cool. And you know, you also do the Colonial Historic Parkway, a lot of which is closed at the moment, so do look that up if you're coming here to ride that. I didn't come here to ride that, but now it's you know, it's a case that we get to do a little bit of it, which is cool. And I mean, it is absolutely gorgeous here. So you know, worth coming down here anyway. Now we're going to Jamestown, which is another piece of a little piece of preserved history, as far as I'm aware. It's more where the boats landed and whatnot, more so than anything else. And yeah, we're just going there, having some lunch, going to look at the boats, and then we're going to get a ferry from Jamestown across the lake, or the inlet there, and then we're going to make our way home back to North Carolina. Rafay behind me right there, he just bought a V-Strom 1000. He brought it to me for some TLC. We did the valves, we did the forks, resprung the forks, we resprung the shock, we rebuilt his brake calipers, we did his coolant, obviously when you're doing the valves, spark plugs, chain and sprockets, and now he has a pretty new bike, which is great. And that's kind of him happy, hopefully, and hopefully his bike happy. But yeah, this place is honestly, it's beautiful here. I do recommend coming down here just for a poodle, you know. Stromboli has been running wonderfully as always. Honestly, it's just such a good bike. Doesn't even notice Toaster being on the back of. I think we averaged yesterday, coming up here, we averaged something like, I think it was 36.8 mpg. That was quite a lot of, you know, motorway / highway, you know, 80 miles an hour stuff. 2 up with the boxes on, and it was still doing, you know, 36-37 mpg, which honestly impressed the hell out of me. I don't think I expected it to be that good, but it was that good. So very happy with that. surprised a little bit, but I didn't think it would. I thought I might be down around the 32 to 34 range. Because honestly, when I'm doing just a lot of highway stuff, it tends to be about 36, 37 anyway. So the bike literally paid no attention to another person being on there. Well, that's pretty. So this is the Colonial Parkway. Like I said, unfortunately, a lot of the chunk back there is closed for renovations or whatever else. And it's just again, it's a kind of an area of natural beauty that I'm fairly certain commercial vehicles aren't allowed on, like the Blue Ridge Parkway. And I will have the Blue Ridge Parkway video out soon. I actually did have an edit that I was nearly happy with, and then obviously everything kind of changed with the Hurricane Helene that hit obviously a lot of the United States, but did a lot of damage to West North Carolina. And I didn't really feel right to publish the video the way I had it after that. So I won't be. I'll change it up again. And I think it's one thing that even I was speaking to Percy about yesterday. It's sometimes hard to record on trips because you want to, not to sound too cringy, you want to be in the moment and spend time with your friends, and that's what I was doing on the Blue Ridge Parkway trip. That trip was for me more than videos. That is really cool. Very nice. Very nice. And that was kind of, my personal intent of the Blue Ridge Parkway is I always wanted to ride the Blue Ridge Parkway. So that was very much, for me rather than making videos. And same as coming up to Williamsburg, I just wanted to get out on the bike and, get some miles in and just be on my bike and go somewhere. And, I did that. And you're getting this video, I guess. But yeah, Colonial Parkway is nice so far. I've never been on it before. Road narrows. 25 miles an hour seems excessive though. Oh yeah, this is very pretty. People going doing a little fish. We're on a little island here. Very cool. You don't want to stop right here? What's that? You want to stop for a photo? Oh. Make sure you line your bike up right. Gotta do the photo. Are you okay with showing your chin on video? Is that a yes? So, how do you find the V-Strom as a passenger? How did you find the V-Strom as a passenger? People are going to want to know. Find very comfortable, yes, thank you. So this is one of the spots on the Colonial Parkway. This is very pretty. And if you look over here, there is something that needs to be done. I've heard of Hog Island before, so we're here. Are we looking directly at it then? Tough to know. And that's where we're going. We're going to Jamestown. So as you can see, this part of the Colonial Parkway runs all the way along and comes back up into Jamestown. So it's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. Another couple of miles to go to there. So nothing major. Daffily Raffles. How do you like your new bike?
It's very nice. It's a great toy.
You prefer touring on this over the Ninja? That was video. Those are floaty McFloatersons, those birds. Yeah. Fabled for their ability to float. They could be goosers. Toaster just pointed out all the trees are falling in as the shoreline erodes. It's going to happen. So yeah, you'll have now seen the bikes side by side in photos. Let me know which one you actually prefer the look of. I personally do prefer my generation of V-Strom. I think I've said that in a video before, and I remember people being like, oh, I don't know. So yeah, let me know, which one do you prefer, this one or the older variant? This is from 2014 on. It looked kind of more like this. This is 2015. Oh look, the water's right up to the shoreline there. That's cool. And then obviously his one is a 2008. Yeah, so which one do you prefer? Oh, this is one failing with Google Maps. So I had to like tell Google Maps specifically, you know, add a stop to bring us on this route. But now I'm gonna have to hit continue, which is a safety concern really. But I'm gonna have to do it. We'll figure it out momentarily when we get to Station A. That is also a pretty little overlook there. Very nice. Oh, that's actually prettier. Just do a little quick ride through. Well, yeah, that's a nice viewpoint as well. Very nice. And we'll turn around and go back. So you, oh, Archer's Hope. Oh no, this doesn't sound nice. The Great Indian Massacre of March 22nd, 1622, during which a quarter of the population of Virginia, jeez, was slain, came nearest to Jamestown, here in a community known as Archer's Hope. At the house of Ensign William Spence, 5 persons were killed: John Fowler, William Richmond, Alexander Bale, William Fairfax, and the Tinker. A quarter of the population of Virginia. Wait, so is that like a quarter of the colonizing population? Because I thought it was like saying a quarter of the Indian population, which would have kind of sucked, but I mean, would have sucked for the Indians or the natives. Because I mean, they kind of didn't really deserve that, you know. A famous African American's dream, the earliest African American national radio and television minister and advisor of 3 American presidents. The elder Lightfoot Solomon Michaud purchased the lands around you in 1936. His dream was to establish a farm and a national memorial to the progress of African Americans in this country. The first African Americans in British colonial America landed in Virginia, possibly at Jamestown in 1619, quite a while ago. That's cool. And it's also pretty out there. Yeah, very nice. Continue. Alright. No alcohol glass. Okay. No parking. A lot of rules. Well, actually, there's only 2 pretty reasonable rules, but anyway. It's something I can never explain, that I don't even know why, but I just love traveling on motorcycles. Oh, I wonder, is that the farm? That'd be so cool if that's the farm that we were just reading about. And good on Mr. Michaud, Mr. Lightfoot Solomon. I hope that's the farm. That'd be really cool. I love those old American style barns. I think they're gorgeous. Very nice. Oh, look at all the mooses! Look at the cows! Oh, I love cows. Oh, that's so cool. Best part of the whole Colonial Parkway was the cows. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. So, I mean, I like Williamsburg. This is my 2nd time up here personally. I've done a video on the Colonial section of it. I'll leave a link up there. I was with Mr. Hatter, JBK, and also Mr. being here now with Percy at the same time. Go subscribe to both of those guys. Good people, good friends of mine. Definitely helped with the whole welcoming me to America situation. That's very pretty as well. I mean, it's just when you get a day like today, just beautiful blue skies, literally not a cloud on the horizon, and it's 69 American temperatures, which is about 21 degrees Celsius. It is literally perfect. You can't get better than this weather and this temperature, in my opinion, for riding bikes. It's perfection. And you know, when it happens, which is rarely enough, I think you have to appreciate it. Because like I said, I'm not in a car, I'm out breathing the fresh air, looking around, you know. I just love it so much. And you know, it's funny because recently I have a Subaru Forester as my 4-wheel transport. And you know, I commented to someone else who owns a Subaru Forester in work, how like, oh, you have a Subaru Forester, I like my Subaru Forester. And he said, yeah, there's great visibility in it. And that is honestly the most kind of unexpected response I've ever had to complimenting someone's vehicle. I don't think that's anything I would ever comment about being, you know, having great visibility. And I think, you know, it's one of those things that immediately my head went to, well, wait till you try a motorcycle. You know, if you got a good helmet, you can turn your head. You're in nature, and I think that makes a massive part of the difference to me. Is, you know, I think some people aren't outdoorsy people. I am an outdoorsy person. Oh, I want to read that sign too. You know, I am an outdoorsy person, and I think that's probably why, you know, being on a bike suits me so much. Just because, okay, granted, I'm not, you know, really being outdoors, but I think, you know, the modern world, you have to do work and stuff, unfortunately, and this is the closest I can get. So, neck of land near James City with 2 T's. This area, like a peninsula and bounded on 3 sides by marsh, is just across Back River from Jamestown Island in 1625. There are a number of houses and 25 persons were living here. The settlement has close community ties to James City and sent a representative to the General Assembly there. Interesting. Gotta do our slow speed U-turns here with a person on the back again. Nice and tight. Oh, he did a wider one and he's only one person. It's all about clutch control. Keep your throttle up. You'll be good. And obviously I know it's something that other people always comment on as a community around bikes, but like, we'll see, does this person prove me right? There's not many places, you know, you'll do that and, you know, someone who you don't know is going to wave back. And that definitely also plays into, you know, the joy of traveling on motorcycles, I think, because, you know, if you travel by car, most people traveling in cars are miserable. You know, they don't want to be in a car, they don't want to probably be traveling. It's purely a functional thing that will get them from A to B. I think if I'll put it to you this way, if someone was to invent teleportation, I think that would eliminate 95+% of four-wheel vehicle travel. I don't think, oh, National Park Service, cool. I don't think if you invented teleportation that a lot of people who have bikes would stop riding bikes. Genuine, I know I wouldn't. You know, I know if that was the option put to me, like, hey, we have teleportation now, but you have to give up bikes. Not a chance. No way, Jose. I would still want to be able to ride my bike. Like, teleportation would be great and all for, you know, if I'm traveling home to see my family or if I'm going on a business trip where that bikes aren't involved, but I don't want to do vacations or holidays or time away if I'm not on a bike. Do you know what I mean? I will occasionally travel by car if it just makes sense to do so for that type of trip, but I'm never particularly happy about it. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's a little diversion into traveling on motorbikes and why I love it so much. Oh, that is very pretty, very nice. I mean, the Colonial Parkway, from what I can see, is quite short, even when it is fully open, but even from the little section we've gotten to do, I think it is definitely worth riding it if, you know, you're coming down here anyway. Historic Jamestowny. That's where we're going. So we seem to be going out on a little spit of land out now to historic Jamestown. And I'll end the video out there somewhere. But yeah, if you're doing this whole combo, like, you know, Williamsburg and then out to Jamestown, very worthwhile. I mean, it looks like this won't be here forever. That water will eventually eat its way through here, unless obviously humans interact to stop it. The Isthmus. You know, it's a modern road that crosses in. That's what that said back there. Very, very quick reading of it. Oh, that's cool. Nice. Actually, no, it's kind of ugly, to be honest. Jet skis and everything. This is gorgeous. I can see why people landed here and it's like, I'd like to live here. But I know when people originally did move here, the colonizers, we'll call them, had a huge issue, you know, getting food and whatnot. I know Rick on the Ghost Tour did go through a little bit of that. I don't know how much of his particular story was, you know, to try to spook people and how much of it was 100% fact. But I do know from history books written by the colonizers, the British, that they did have problems getting food and stuff, and yeah, that, so maybe it wasn't all sunshine and roses. I'm sure it was a very difficult life to make it work. So this is historic Jamestown. I don't know, is this where we were actually intending to come to, but you know, we have to kind of see it when we're here. US fee area. Do you think I'll upset people by calling the colonizers colonizers? Oh, I called them the colonizers several times in the video. That's what they are. So I just tell everyone, I suppose, once you get here, this is apparently a paid for. I mean, it did say US fee pay area up there or something, but honestly, I think the ride in is lovely. You could just probably not come in here. I think the fort is in there though. It might be cool to see the fort. Fort? Yeah, the original fort. So, Raffle Daffles, what is your opinion of Williamsburg and Jamestown and the ride out to Jamestown? It is beautiful, isn't it? If this Parkway was like a lot longer, it would be amazing to ride on. Well, it is a bit longer, yeah. But yeah, it's closed right now. What about you? Your thoughts on the area? Would you recommend it? 1 thumbs up or 2 thumbs up? Oh, 2 thumbs. What about you? 2 thumbs up. That was only 1 thumb, but okay. He's holding his helmet. He's already bounced it off the ground several times. So, but yeah, that's kind of all I have today. Like I said, I segued into why I only like traveling on bikes, and you got to see a little bit of the road in. What I will do is, if we discover anything particularly pretty, I'll take clips and put it at the very, very end of the video. So you know, you got to watch the whole way. If you skip, you'll make the baby Lord of V4 cry, so don't do that. And yeah, if you watched, thank you very much for watching. As always, a very special thank you to all of my patrons. I do appreciate your support, and hopefully you enjoy this video. Any hoozles, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comment section, and I'll get back to you. Alright, until next time, adios. Outro crew, you knew it was happening. Rafay has a question for you. Rafay made me make this video, as did Toaster, so... Oh, actually, you've already asked an outro crew question, haven't you? In the past.
Yeah. I don't know.
Interesting. Yeah, no, you have too. Yeah, I did ask you first. Sorry, Rafay.
Write in the comments what you think about them not including information about settlers murdering natives.
I saw that.
A lot of signs about natives murdering settlers.
Yeah, and I did. That's one thing I actually even said it when I was reading the sign. It was like, what is it, 1/4 of the population of Virginia died? And I was like, that doesn't sound right. They were talking about the colonizers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they didn't mention the...
They don't say anything about that.
Yeah, they never mentioned the people who actually live here. Alrighty, yeah, that's the outro crew question. What's your opinion on a little bit of whitewash? What we call a whitewash? I think it is kind of whitewashing, isn't it? Yeah, just like, those natives, they were just playing around. That's the outro crew question. Bye, outro crew. The Ambler House. The Ambler House is built by the Ambler family in the 1750s as the centerpiece of a fine plantation estate. A refined Georgian-style home, it was comparable to the elegant George Wythe House in Williamsburg, which we saw yesterday, and it's haunted. The house was burned in 2 wars, and after a third fire in 1895, was abandoned. And Toaster was not impressed by the big fake cement stone things. Would you live there?
No, but I want a brick. I think we should take a brick.
You want a single brick?
A single brick.
You should get in there and take a single brick.
I think that's part of the admission.
I can't show Toaster's face, so I can show the back of her head. Would you live there, Toaster?
Yeah.
You would?
Yeah.
Like in its current condition?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so while we do this, question for everyone. $15 worth it or no? Because people can still hear us. I have the camera on. 10. I think 10. But yeah, if you're still with us, that was the island loop. We did the full thing. I don't know how much I would have shown you, but yeah, definitely cool spot out here. But I don't know, is it worth the full price?